are back with another episode of Ask HR. I'm your host, Chris Timmel, and I am here with the ever so talented master's degree in human resources, Brianna Grimes. Brianna, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me back. How are you doing?
You know what? Today is a Friday, so I'm happy.
Yay,
Let's
happy Friday.
Yeah, exactly. Happy Friday. All right, so let's get right into it. Here's one from Larry in Louisiana. Larry in Louisiana says, "We're not sure if we're classifying employees correctly. What if we're wrong?"
That's a great question. And honestly, it's a very common question. A lot of employers really struggle with this. As far as classifying people, the main rule of thumb to remember is every employee can be an hourly non-exempt employee. That is kind of your standard practice. Really, what you're looking for when you're classifying is what allows them to move from the non-exempt hourly position to an exempt salary position. And there are several different tests that you can do in order to make sure that you are classifying people correctly. So there's two levels of tests. The first level is the federal level testing, and then you have state level testing as well. So state level testing usually trumps the federal level testing. So a lot of people usually just skip directly to the state level testing. And as long as you meet your state level criteria, you'll meet the federal level criteria. Some states almost mimic the federal level criteria, so it's really important for you to go onto your Department of Labor website and make sure that you are using the proper test. A lot of the times it's called an ABC test or 1, 2, 3 test. There's a lot of different aspects to the test, so you will have to look into that more specifically, utilize those resources. But a lot of the time, if you're improperly classifying someone and you run through these tests and you realize that you have improperly classified some of your employees, you will need to remediate it immediately. So a lot of the time in these situations, employers do it without really knowing that they're doing it. The important thing is once you realize you're doing something wrong or someone is misclassified, that you fix it immediately. In the event of an audit anytime down the road, or even if you find this in the middle of an audit, fixing it immediately and making that good faith measure is really what allows you to avoid those penalties and significant consequences at the federal and state audit level. So in order to remediate any issues or any mistakes that you have made, you want to make sure that you reclassify the employee properly. So if they were classified as salary and they should have been paid hourly, then you want to make sure that you classify them as hourly. You do an updated offer letter, you make the change, make sure you notify the employee, and then you true up their wages at all. So if they were working salary and they worked overtime, you need to pay them out for that overtime as best as possible. Because salary employees don't track overtime, you really have to work directly with the employee to get that information. So there is a lot of different processes around correcting misclassifying employees. And you can either work with an HR consultant or an attorney, but there are a lot of steps involved in that. So doing regular, I would say annually to biannually audits is going to be my best recommendation to make sure that you stay on top of your classification and you don't run into a lot of issues if you get audited.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you very much for that answer, Grimes. I hope that helped our audience members, and we will see you for our next question really, really soon.